3 a.m. Your body is screaming for sleep. Your mind is exhausted. Your heart is heavy. But there's a crying baby, or a parent who needs care, or a deadline that won't wait, or a problem that demands solving. And somehow you get up, you move, you function. Where did that come from? Not you. You were empty. That was Al-Muqit, the sustainer, pouring power into a vessel that had nothing left. Let me tell you a story about sustenance you never knew was happening. Picture this. You're a single cell, microscopic, just formed. You have no brain to think, no will to survive, no knowledge of what comes next. But you divide. You become 2 cells, then 4, then 8, then millions. Who's orchestrating this? You? You don't even exist yet as you. Someone is sustaining that growth, cell by cell, moment by moment. That's Al-Muqit. Fast forward, you're born. Your lungs take their first breath. Nobody taught you how. Your heart starts beating a rhythm it will keep for decades without you thinking about it once. Who's maintaining that? Your intelligence? You can't even hold your head up. Al-Muqit, the one who sustains life when you have no ability to sustain yourself. Now you're 5 years old. You fall and scrape your knee. You cry. Your mother puts a bandage on it. But here's what you don't see. Under that bandage, your body is doing something miraculous. Platelets rushing to the wound, white blood cells fighting infection, new skin cells multiplying to close the gap, an entire healing system activating without you commanding a single cell to move. Who's powering that? Your 5-year-old understanding of biology? You think a Band-Aid heals you? No, that's Al-Muqit, sustaining your body's ability to repair itself. You're a teenager now. Your heart breaks for the first time. The pain is so intense you think you'll die from it. You can't eat, can't sleep, can't imagine surviving this. But you wake up the next day, and the day after, and somehow, slowly, the pain becomes bearable. Not because you're strong, but because something is sustaining your heart's ability to continue beating, your mind's ability to eventually heal, your spirit's capacity to hope again. That's Al-Muqit, sustaining you through emotional devastation you thought would end you. Now you're an adult. The bills are piling up. The job is crushing you. The responsibilities are endless. You lie awake, calculating. The money doesn't add up. The hours don't add up. Your strength doesn't add up. On paper, you should have crumbled months ago. But somehow, provision appears. An unexpected opportunity. A delayed payment comes through. Your body keeps functioning despite the stress. Your mind keeps problem-solving despite the exhaustion. You think that's coincidence? You think that's your planning? That's Al-Muqit, sustaining you through mathematics that doesn't work in your favor. The scholars have a beautiful way of explaining this. They say, Al-Muqit doesn't just give you bread. He gives you the hunger to desire it, the hands to hold it, the teeth to chew it, the saliva to moisten it, the tongue to taste it, the throat to swallow it, the stomach to digest it, the intestines to absorb it, the blood to carry its nutrients, the cells to convert it to energy. Bread is simple, but the sustenance to use that bread, that's 50 miracles you never thanked him for. You see, Al-Muqit comes from an Arabic root that's profound, Quwwata. It doesn't just mean to provide, it means to empower the use of what's provided. Anyone can give you a car, but only Al-Muqit gives you the coordination to drive it, the vision to see the road, the reflexes to avoid danger, the consciousness to make decisions, the will to reach your destination. He doesn't just sustain your existence, he sustains your capacity to experience that existence. Let me paint you another picture. You know those days where you're running on fumes? You slept 3 hours, you have a full day ahead. You think, I can't do this, there's no way. But you do. You make it through. You're exhausted, but you functioned. You showed up, you handled it. Now, doctors will tell you about cortisol and adrenaline, about your body's stress response, about how your adrenal glands release hormones that give you temporary energy. But here's the question nobody asks. Who designed that system? Who's maintaining those adrenal glands that save you? Who's ensuring the hormones release at the right time in the right amounts? Who's preventing that stress response from killing you, even though it's literally designed for short-term emergencies, but you've been using it for months? That's not you managing that. You don't even know where your adrenal glands are. That's Al-Muqit, sustaining a backup system you didn't install and can't control but desperately need. The Quran tells us something profound in Surah An-Nisa, verse 85. And Allah is ever, over all things, Muqit. Over all things. Not most things, not the big things, all things. That thought you just had while listening to this, He sustained your neurons' ability to fire and form that thought. That breath you just took without thinking, He sustained your diaphragm's contraction and your lungs' expansion. That heartbeat that just happened, He sustained the electrical impulse that triggered it. All things, every single microscopic function that makes you you is being actively sustained right now, this second, and the next, and the next. You think you're independent. You're radically, continuously, desperately dependent on a sustainer who never sleeps, never forgets, never abandons his post. There's another verse in Surah An-Hud, verse 6, and there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision, and He knows its place of dwelling and place of storage. Let that sit with you. Every creature, from the largest whale to the smallest bacteria you can't even see, He's sustaining all of them simultaneously, without confusion, without error, without exhaustion. Your brain can barely track 3 things at once before you get overwhelmed. He's tracking trillions of creatures, each with trillions of cells, each with trillions of molecular processes, and He doesn't break a sweat. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us something that should change how we see struggle. He said, if you were to rely upon Allah with true reliance, He would provide for you as He provides for the birds. They go out in the morning with empty stomachs and return full. Notice, the bird doesn't stay in the nest waiting for food to appear in its beak. The bird goes out. The bird searches. The bird works. But here's the miracle. The bird's effort is real, but the bird's ability to make that effort, that's sustained by Al-Muqit. You're the bird. Your effort matters, but your capacity to make that effort, that's not coming from you. So when you're exhausted and you're thinking, I can't take another step, remember, that thought itself is proof you're being sustained. Because if Al-Muqit truly withdrew his sustenance, you wouldn't even have the consciousness to think about your exhaustion. The fact that you're aware you're tired means you're still being powered. The fact that you're worried about not having enough means you still have the mental capacity to worry. And that capacity, that's being sustained right now. Here's where it gets personal. You're listening to this because you're at some level of empty. Maybe it's physical exhaustion. Maybe it's emotional depletion. Maybe it's spiritual drought. Maybe it's all 3. And you need to hear this. You've been running on Al-Muqit's power for longer than you realize. That job you think you're powering through with coffee and willpower? No. Al-Muqit is sustaining your adrenal system that processes that coffee and your nervous system that responds to it. That relationship you think you're holding together with your patients? No. Al-Muqit is sustaining your heart's capacity to keep loving when it's been hurt. That faith you think you're clinging to by your own determination? No. Al-Muqit is sustaining your soul's connection to him even when your mind doubts. You're not as strong as you think, but he's sustaining you far more than you realize. And here's the beautiful part. When you recognize this, when you really see that you're utterly dependent on Al-Muqit, it's not depressing, it's liberating, because it means your limitations aren't the ceiling. His sustenance is unlimited. Your tank being empty doesn't matter when you're connected to an infinite fuel source. Let's make this practical. You have a challenge ahead of you. Maybe it's today, maybe it's this week, and you're thinking, I don't have the strength for this. You're right, you don't, but Al-Muqit does, and he can sustain you through it. The dua isn't, Ya Allah, give me strength. The dua is, Ya Muqit, sustain me with your strength, because I have none. Feel the difference? One is asking for a transfer of power. The other is acknowledging, I'm a conduit, you're the power source. Keep it flowing. The Prophet, peace be upon him, used to say this powerful dua, Hasbi Allahu, la ilaha illa huwa, alayhi tawakkaltu, wa huwa rabbul arshil azim. Allah is sufficient for me. There is no God but him. In him I place my trust, and he is the Lord of the great throne. Hasbi Allahu, Allah is sufficient. He is enough. His sustenance is enough. Even when you feel insufficient, he is Muqit. He is sufficient to sustain you through your insufficiency. Let's make dua together, and this time I want you to really mean it, not as words, as a reality you're acknowledging. Ya Muqit. Every breath I'm taking right now is because you're sustaining my lungs. Every thought I'm forming is because you're sustaining my neurons. Every beat of my heart is because you're sustaining the rhythm I can't control. I don't keep myself alive, you do. Ya Muqit. I'm facing things I don't have the strength for. My body is tired, my mind is exhausted, my spirit is weary. But you don't get tired, you don't get exhausted, you don't run out. Sustain me when I have nothing left. Pour your power into this empty vessel. Make me a channel for your strength, not a reservoir of my own. Ya Muqit. When I want to give up, sustain my will to continue. When I want to collapse, sustain my ability to stand. When I want to quit, sustain my commitment to finish. Not because I'm strong enough, but because you sustain the weak. Ya Muqit, sustain my faith when doubt attacks. Sustain my hope when circumstances say otherwise. Sustain my love when bitterness tries to take root. Sustain my patience when everything tests it. You are the sustainer. I am the sustained. And that's exactly how it should be. Ameen. Here's what I want you to take from this. You are not self-sufficient. You never were. You never will be. And that's not a weakness. That's the design. You were created to be sustained by Al-Muqit, the one who never runs out, never sleeps, never abandons his creation. Every morning you wake up, it's not just a new day. It's proof. Proof that Al-Muqit sustained you through another night, another 8 hours where you had zero control over your heart, your lungs, your brain, your cells, and he kept them all going. Every challenge you face, it's not about whether you have enough strength. It's about whether you're connected to the source of all strength. And you are. You always have been. You should have collapsed by now. The math says you shouldn't have made it this far. The odds say you should have given up. But Al-Muqit had other plans. He sustained you through what should have broken you. And he's sustaining you right now, this moment, as you hear these words. You're not running on empty. You're running on infinite. You just didn't know it. If this video made you see your life differently, if you're looking at your struggles through the lens of divine sustenance now, share it. Let someone else know they're not alone in their exhaustion, that they're not failing, they're being sustained. And remember, the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still trying, isn't evidence of your strength. It's evidence of Al-Muqit's sustenance. Every breath is him. Every heartbeat is him. Every moment is him. You're sustained. You always have been. You always will be. See you in the next name, insha'Allah.